Okay, first topic in chapter 10 is perfect squares. So we are going to talk about what is a perfect square. Now, a perfect square is a number made by squaring a whole number. And that is the simplest definition there is. If you square a whole number, that gives you a perfect square. So, what we're going to do is look at what the perfect squares we would like you to know are. All right, so here is all of them, kind of. All right, 1 times 1 is 1, so 1 is a perfect square. 2 times 2 is 4, so 4 is a perfect square. 3 times 3 is 9. 4 times 4 is 16. 5 times 5 is 25. You can probably jump ahead of me and go faster. 6 times 6 is 36. 7 times 7 is 49. 8 times 8 is 64. 9 times 9 is 81. 10 times 10 is 100. 11 times 11 is 121. And 12 times 12 is 144. Those are your perfect squares. Okay? We do expect you to know them, 1 through 12. We want you to know all of those and be able to recognize that they are perfect squares. So, next we are looking at what is a square root. Okay, so a square root is basically the inverse operation of squaring the number, a number. Okay, so the inverse operation of squaring a number. Now remember, inverse operation is kind of like the opposite. So if I say 3 times 3 equals 9, if I do the square root of 9, that's the square root symbol, the square root of 9, that is like saying the inverse operation, so work backwards. That means you would have had 3 times 3. So the square root of 9 is 3. Okay, that's what a square root is. So let's look at our square roots. We have, see all these? We are going to look at the square roots of perfect squares. So the square root of 1 is 1 because 1 times 1 is 1. The square root of 4 is 2 because 2 times 2 is 4. The square root of 9 is 3. The square root of 16, you get 16 by doing 4 times 4, so the square root of 16 is 4. The square root of 25, you get 25 by doing 5 times 5, so the square root of 25 is 5. Square root of 36 is 6. Square root of 49 is 7. Square root of 64 is 8, okay? These are all because 8 times 8 is 64. 7 times 7 is 49. The square root of 81 is 9. 9 times 9 is 81. Square root of 100 is 10. Square root of 121 is 11. And the square root of 144 is 12. Again, 12 times 12 is 144. 11 times 11 is 121, and so on. So there you have it. In class tomorrow, you're going to practice some square roots of perfect squares. And that is it for now.